Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm King Posh. This is King Posh Gaming. Today we're looking at this Lamborghini SCV12 from 2020. Got the share code? Great. Don't ask me to say the name of this car because I don't know how to pronounce it. Either way, let's get into it. So yes, I made this into a drift tune. Now, first off, before we get into this, if you need to try to search for something like this, what you got to do is you just need to put drift and best for handling because you can't pick S1. You only have S2 and X to pick from. So just do any drift and best for handling to get, to come up for the S1 class. So I wanted to cover that before we get into everything. So here we got the all-wheel drive drivetrain. We just got a stock naturally aspirated engine. If you go anything higher, as you do, it goes right up to an S2 class. And here we got snow tire compound. As you can tell, if you go with the stock tire compound, it's an S2 class. So you got this option. And you also have that option as well. You could always go for the dragway and bring it down even further and add even more power to it if you wanted to. But I like snow tire compound. It's pretty easy to use. You just got stock track width in the front and stock track width in the rear. Here you got a heavier rim. You got the AF 118s on here. Pretty easy to find. I mean, they're the heaviest rims. You know, you got these ones, and these ones to pick from. And a few more. It's got 19s in the front and 20s. Looks like 20s in the rear. I was going to say 19s just like the front, but this is Lamborghini, and that's what they do. All right, we got the stock track width in the front and stock track width in the rear. We want to make this thing to be able to drift as much as possible. We don't want high handling for this thing. You got a 10-speed transmission. Anything else you can tell goes right up to an S2 class. All right, even the 4-speed transmission. You just got a stock driveline and a drift differential. You got drift springs and dampeners. All right. Then everything here, we're going to go through it. All right, so stock all the way through across on the first line. You got race valves, stock engine block, and race pistons and compression. So just these two are the only ones that you have on race and upgraded. All right, and then stock flywheel, just to keep it into that S1 class. All right, I know we got 845 horsepower. Don't worry about it. All right, it drifts pretty darn well. Car mastery, it's stock. Okay, don't have to touch anything in there. Now let's look at the tune. What do I have to do to make this thing go sideways with just the little power that it has? But it's a phenomenal car, regardless. So 55 and 55. All right, here's the gearing. It's a little wild, but it is what it is. All right, everything is very close to each other. Hence, because it has such little power for such a wide car. I had to do what I wanted to do. And this one right here, this is your, so you can travel from drift zone to drift zone if you don't have fast travel unlocked. All right, it wouldn't be no fun going from drift zone to drift zone at 145 miles an hour, right? Right, so that's why we have the longer last gear. I know I'm weird, and that's how I tuned it. Either way, alignment, it's pretty straightforward. This is what I like to use for my mid-engine, rear-engine cars, and it works very well. Inter-roll bars are just there for show, so 1 and 1. Springs, since it has such low power, you really want this thing to slide as much as possible, so I made the springs stiff as a rock. All right, and then ride height is just as low as it can go, so 4.1 in the rear, and 2.4 in the back, in the front, and that's fine. You want a little bit more higher in the rear to get that extra slide going on there. Dampening is 21, 20, and 20. There is downforce on this car. I couldn't get rid of it, so just take it all the way down to speed. All right, brakes, it has left it stock for you guys, 50-100. And then the differential is 76, 86, 97, 97. There's 86% going to the rear. So you can really get this thing sideways. And that's the tune. So let's take her outside. Now this thing's phenomenal. I'm going to make a race build for it. I took it for the rivals, and I mean, it's stuck to the road like glue. So I'm excited to see what I can do with this thing. It's going to be fun. But as you can tell, she definitely drifts. For the 845 horsepower she's got, it works well. Now it's going to work better on a console. I'm on my phone right now, so I'm dealing with, you know, lag spikes, etc., etc. But I tune this thing on my Xbox, but I can only make videos on my phone because I don't have my Elgato with me. It's packed up in a box in a pod. So, you know, you're going to get better results than what I'm doing right now. I'm telling you guys that. I really worked hard on this tune. I think you guys are going to like it. It's definitely fun. It's such a sweet looking car. I love the back end of this car. It's absolutely gorgeous. The whole car in general is just gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But yeah, it gets up and goes. You know, that was second gear, but you know, first gear definitely spins its tires, has no problems. But yeah, has no problem drifting. It really doesn't. But I figured, hey, why not make it into an S1, you know, in case you wanted to take it into an online lobby. I'm not sure if you're going to win. You know, you might. It really depends. Depends what kind of room you get into. But it's going to be fun regardless, and people are going to be like, you have that here? What? I thought it was only an S2 class. I didn't know you could bring it down to an S1. That's sick. You know, so that's kind of just, you know, what it is. And that's why I do this. That's why I take these S2 class cars, bring them down to an S1 so you can take them to the open drift lobbies. And people can be in that wow moment. It's like, oh, you can actually do that? That's pretty cool, you know? And then they'll probably message you and like, hey, whose tune are you using? You're going to be like, King Posh's tune, you know? So, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's an absolutely gorgeous car. I think you guys are going to like it. You know, you may or you may have a good time with this car. You may have an absolute blast with this car. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. It's an absolutely gorgeous car. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this car. And definitely let me know in the comments below of what you think about it. I'd love to hear about it. You know, if it's good, if it's bad. You know, it's all... Just tell me what you guys think about it. Pretty much it. You know, it is what it is. Well, hey guys, I hope you enjoy these videos. I do these videos for you guys so you guys can see how to tune, how I tune, how I've been tuning for the last 15 plus years. I do this for you guys, and I enjoy tuning for you guys. So, yeah. And on that note, I'll catch you guys next time. Stay sideways, my friends.